The widow was stoned alive for adultery and was accused of witchcraft, which is prohibited by Samda religion. She was killed with her pregnancy. Emma, a 5-year-old boy, was stoned as he rushed to save his mother. Kelvin, her eldest son, stood watching as the crowd stoned his mother to death. He cried profusely, "Don't bury her, we must cage her soul since she doesn't want to give out her book of magic to us. Her soul must never be at peace until our hands touch such a book." A man appeared at night in front of the widow's grave where she was caged. A young lady sighted the person as she was finding snails. She stood still and watched as the man summoned the widow from her grave. The ghost handed a book to him, and immediately after he held it he disappeared. Kelvin's one eye was wounded by one of the children when he reported to the king. No one heard his cry. Yes, no one could speak for me. I'm a nobody, the son of the woman that was stoned to death. Why the man that she did it with was left free, Kelvin shouted, crying while remembering the whole incident. A heavy breeze blew. It seemed like a ghost was around the house Kelvin was. He heard a loud knock coming on the door, as he was the only one in the house, and nobody had ever visited him. He was frightened. He opened the door slowly, but he didn't see anyone. A hand grabbed his hands. "Your mother was raped. She never did all those that she was accused of." The man handed him a book, then disappeared. When Kelvin opened the book he saw the picture of his mom on the front page of the book. Could it be that my mother was a witch as people claimed? Why was her picture pinned on the book of magic? A seal fell down. Kelvin saw the location of the man who gave him the book, and he traveled down to the location, to find the man. When he got there, he showed someone the seal. The person looked at him, saying that he looked like someone. "Is this not my mother? Is she alive?" Kelvin said, as he saw his mother in the community that he saw on the seal. As she was on the stream with many people, his mother turned and looked at him. Kelvin's mother's ghost disappeared immediately Kelvin saw her. But before he could even process what was happening, a young boy appeared out of nowhere and grasped Kevin's hand. The boy's eyes were filled with a deep wisdom, and his voice was low and soothing. "I know your pain, Kevin," the boy said. "I know what you're going through. Follow me." Kevin hesitated for a moment, but something about the boy's words resonated deeply within him. He followed the boy through the winding streets of the village, the darkness seeming to press in around them like a living entity. As they walked, the boy began to speak in a low, hypnotic tone. "The man who gave you that book," he said, "the book is very powerful. The man is late, and he is your father." Kevin's mind reeled as the boy's words sunk in. "My father? But my father was dead, wasn't he?" The boy continued, his voice weaving a spell around Kevin. "Your father was a great shaman. They killed him because he stopped practicing magic, along with your mother. Your mother was very strong, very powerful. She made a promise that she would never use her powers again." Kevin's thoughts were racing. What was the boy talking about? His mother had died when he was just a baby. He had never even known her. But before he could ask any questions, the boy's face turned serious. "The woman you saw in the stream," he said, "she's not your mother. You must get the book that they're holding, and add it to your father's book of magic. With it, no one can kill you. You'll be invincible." Kevin's mind was reeling. What book was the boy talking about? And who was the woman in the stream? "The book was taken from your mother by a strong evil magician. You must have to get a mermaid to help you out on this quest. If not, you shall be destroyed and killed after he consumes the book's powers." But before he could ask any more questions, the boy vanished into thin air. Kevin was left standing alone in the darkness, his heart pounding with excitement and fear. He knew that he had to find that book, no matter what it took. Chapters M3. Kelvin summoned the mermaids for them to appear, but none appeared. He sang and sang. Peace appeared, a black mermaid, rejected by her kind. "What are you doing here, human? Don't you know humans aren't meant to appear here at night? I need mermaids' help. They are the only one that could help me get a magical book from an evil man. No one here could be able to help you, but I can, if you agree to my terms and condition. I have been rejected by everyone, because I'm a black mermaid, I so much hate my kind, why should they judge me? I would help you, since you agreed to my terms. Yes I do, and I can give my whole life to see that my people are happy, Kelvin said, crying to the terms. The mermaid took Kelvin's soul, and gave him hers. She exchanged her mermaid to a human, giving her human form and Kelvin a merman. I shall return in 3 days' time, when the thunderstorms strike, know that I have gotten the book. After 3 days which there was a thunderstorm, Peace didn't return. Kelvin was bitter that she must have taken it for herself. He visited her parents. Your daughter took my soul and used it for her selfish interest, Kelvin shouting. It was reported to the king merman, who lured Kelvin to swear that Peace used the book for herself. I swear that she did, and if she didn't, let me be killed. I know my sister, she is kind-hearted, she can't do such a thing, Mary cried, defending Peace, her sister. The king gave out 2 souls to Kelvin and Peace for them to turn to humans and find out why Peace haven't returned. Mary, a seer, tracked her sister. Peace was been burnt alive by the man, Mary cried as she saw her sister burnt alive from a far distance. You see, I told you my sister is good, she sacrificed her life for your book, Mary cried. At night Mary summoned Peace soul. Where is the book, sis? I'm so sorry I couldn't save you. A woman came to save me, she said that you, Kelvin, saw her in a stream. She couldn't save me because the wizard was so powerful for we all. Mary the first will miss you, sis, I don't have much time to spend in this world. Peace disappeared. I'm your mother's twin sister, we look alike, your mother is the greatest magician, but she forfeited all her powers because of the community. Take this book, together with mine, combine the 3 together on your mother's grave so that evil would banish from this community. If you do this, the barrier by the way your world and my world would be broken, Mary said. The evil magician killed the king and his men, and was about to claim the community, then Kelvin added the books together, all evil in the land disappeared. He left to visit the mermaids and mermans as promised. I promised your daughter that I would marry her, since she isn't alive, I would fulfill such promise in her death. As the ceremony was going on, a bright light appeared. Thanks for fulfilling your promises, Kelvin, please marry my sister instead, seeing her happy makes me happy. She turned to Mary, sis please, I will forever love you, don't cry for me, because I'm in a safe place where I'm cherished. She disappeared. The king gave a rule that racism should be abolished, that whites and black mermaids are now equal. Kelvin got married to Peace, the barrier by the way the 2 worlds was then broken.